Nigerians in the diaspora and concerned international friends in North America are there, calling for an end to the reign of terror in West Africa and Nigeria in particular. Over the past decade, especially since September 11, 2001, the world has been living in a constant fear of the next terror attack. World powers like the United States quickly started a terrorist alert code to act as an early warning signal. This new menace has since shifted its attention to the African continent, and experts say the current group of terrorists have become more organized and succinct in their attacks.
They are now using women to recruit other women to get into the organization, militant women.
What can we do to make sure that our leadership, our country's leadership, is equipped to handle terrorism? Terrorism, unfortunately, is a reality that exists all around the world.
People do not realize that religious terrorism is mainly caused by extremism. See, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, some of his neighbors were Jews, some of his neighbors were Christians, and he lived with them in peace and harmony. He did not say, if you don't convert to Islam, we are going to kill you.
As the need to call attention and proffer solutions to the problem, some Nigerian professionals say there is need to get modern strategies to the daunting challenge faced by the Nigerian security operatives.
It's happening in Lagos, in Kano, anywhere. It can happen in your village. And therefore, community policing, which is what we in Chicago believe in, should be instituted in the Nigerian community.
There must be state police. I'm saying that again. It is the key. Then the neighborhood watch will now be organized by the state police. They should be regular folks, employable folks, not even volunteers. If they are volunteers, if you call them, they might not even respond. But if you place them on a salary or a stipend, okay, and they must also have well-functioning cell phones. It is a matter of good governance we're talking about. And we are not talking about only the president. Even the head of the department. The head of the department is involved. When you're head of the department and you don't come to work, how do you control whoever works under you? And when you are given a vote to work and you diverted the vote to your own private use, how do you expect whoever surrounds you to work? So these are issues.
There are certain technologies that can be used, which, I will not share the details of the information today. I'm working on developing some of the technologies. I'm also working with some American companies and developing some tracking technologies.
Freedom-loving Nigerians here in the United States and around the world need to put a strong effort forward to tell the governments of Europe and America and Canada that if we want to have a safe, secure, democratic Africa, then we need to take serious action to support the good works of the governments in Africa so that they can be safe and so that they will not be controlled by terrorist drug lords and organizations that simply want to steal everything.
People who are sponsoring those groups, they need to be brought to book. They need to be stopped. America can do it if they want to do it.
In the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, one of the things that the U.S. did was to come up with a number of the Patriot Act. Within the Patriot Act, you had the Bank Secrecy Act. So that allowed the government to be able to obtain data on how banks, how money is being moved and collected and being disbursed within the banking sector. So that is one thing we can look to do.
Others say it is time to chart a new direction through qualitative conversation and education.
It's not in the faith of Islam to just be destroying your fellow citizens. Much like all the other religions of Abraham, it's love. It's love and submission to your God. And it just gets distorted because the people who are being recruited by the Boko Haram, they're not educated.
The basis is still going back to education. And it's because Boko Haram knows, because they're highly educated, because they know the source of where the problem is and the source of where the solution can be, which is primary education. That's the reason why they are now doing what they're doing.
When
something affects one of us, it affects all of us. I believe that is a rally call that we made to the communities in Chicago, and they all came out here today, like you can see, from different groups to support the rally, get toward bringing our girls back, and more importantly, get towards stopping the menace of Boko Haram. All of us are suffering that situation at home. It is not a one person or a one tribe event. It is a problem that affects not even only Nigerians, but everywhere, all over the world. It's a global problem. And that is why I believe that Nigerians came out here today to stand and say, no more, we must stop this once and for all.